dish. Like, it's something you can ride to and vibe to. I'm just giving you the keys to survive. Never let society tell you how to begin living your life by following the norm and trends. I warn my friends, don't get blinded by the media. I'd rather be myself, take flight, got a speedy on speed dial. And meanwhile, my dream right beside me with a smile. She like.
Here we are, another episode of Chengdu City of Gastronomy. I'm Ryan, and I am in the market area, back in my favorite market area, to talk pork. This is breakfast. This is not the dish we are featuring today. I have mushrooms, shredded pork, in a dry noodle. Underneath you can see there's some chili oil. You mix all that up, it's gonna be pretty delicious. So the featured dish is Dongpo pork elbow, I guess it would be, like a pork hock. I'm gonna get to that later, but I wanna talk pork. Pork is by far the most popular meat in China, so there's lots to talk about, and I think the best place to do that is probably the pork section of the market. So I'm gonna eat this, my breakfast, and then we'll go. All right, here I am in the market. You can see this strip here is mostly meat, and the majority of it is pork. In Sichuan, if it says roe on the menu or meat, then it's pork. It's assumed it's pork because that's the main meat that they eat. More than half of the world's pork is consumed in China. Even though they breed more pigs than any other country by far, they still have to import pork because there's just that many people eating it. Now, obviously, a big part of that is the population. Such a huge population here, but the Chinese really do love pork, and they eat every bit of it from nose to tail. The country just can't afford to lose this source of food, so they actually started a national pork reserve. Basically, they stockpile frozen pork in case there's a disease that wipes out the animal, or maybe a grain shortage, which is the pig's primary source of food. Okay, you can see all the pork here. That looks to me like pork belly. That's a very popular cut in Sichuan. It's used for like twice cooked pork. It's basically bacon. It's unsmoked bacon, I guess. And we got some pork ribs down here. They'll chop those ribs up in tiny rib bits and fry them in a wok. We got some kidneys. And then there's, of course, the liver. There's a couple liver dishes that are pretty good. Over here we got tongue, stomach, and some bit that I don't really know. There's my pig foot. So the pork hock, that's a pretty small one. I could probably find a bigger one somewhere. We got some bones over here. This cut of meat here is used for a roast, so like the shredded pork dishes, like it was in the noodles that I had this morning. So they would sliver it basically and fry it up real quick. There's actually evidence that in northern China, people were farming pigs as early as 6000 BC. That's insane how long ago that is. Can't even comprehend it.
你要什么？要什么？
我要粥子嘛，
就这个嘛。要一个嘛。
一个。
给你宰喽。
宰喽。
宰掉喽。对吗？
对。对。OK， 好。
好嘞。OK 吗
？OK。That is my pork hock.
16块6。OK。
OK， 谢谢。
你听得懂我们的话吗？能不能听懂我们说话？
听不懂，听不懂。我的中文不好。
还是算可以了，中文不好，这话说的挺好了。
谢谢。All right, I got a nice big pork hock, so I'll take this home and I'll cook it up Dongpo style, and we'll see how I fare. Here I am back in my kitchen with my big ass pork hock. This thing is huge, and it's got a few hairs in it. So pluck those out. And I got some water boiling. I got some ginger here. I'm gonna chop that up, throw it in the pot, and throw the pork hock in the boiling water for just about 2 minutes, just to blanch it, kind of clean it up a little bit. I'm gonna pop this guy out now, and just run it under some cold water. Cool it down a little bit so I can handle it. And now I'll just go, see all these little pig hairs in there? I'm basically just gonna pull those out, and the water helps loosen them up. Sometimes you burn it off, blacken it, boil it, and scrape off the really dark burnt spots. But I don't have a blowtorch or a gas stove. Okay, so now I'm gonna throw my pork hock in here. I'm gonna throw some more ginger in there. And I've got some cooking wine. This is Chinese cooking wine. I'm gonna put about a half a cup in there. And this is vinegar, black vinegar. I'll throw a few tablespoons of that in there. And soy sauce, a few tablespoons. Okay, and then I'll just cover it with water. I'm gonna bring that to a boil, and then I'm gonna cover it and simmer it for like 2 hours. It's gonna get nice and moist, just fall off the bone when it's done. So I have to make the sauce as well. But before I do that, I actually went with Sarah and my friend Kevin, who you might remember from the, what did we eat? Chow Chow beef. He was talking about Chinese, learning Chinese. So the three of us went out for dinner the other day and we had this dish. So let's go check that out, and then we'll come back and we'll see how this turns out. So we're in this little courtyard. They're just gonna take this whole table away, clean it up.
Take the table. Just take the whole tabletop.
How do you say?
猪肘子.
Oh, okay, you go. 辣.
It's spicy. 回锅肉炒饭。那个木耳的肉片，对，木耳的肉片有很多肉吗？还好。We try cabbage?
Yeah.
I like cabbage.
Okay. 就是粗溜白菜嘛。白菜，对。
白菜.
What are you doing?
Oh, little kid's busting out some English. So, here we got white cabbage. You said it was swan bai cai. That's what it's called. Yeah. It's sour. It's just basically, they cook it with vinegar, I think. And we got some pork with some asparagus lettuce and some muar, the woodier mushroom. That's really good stuff. That looks delicious as well. This is twice cooked pork fried rice. So it's basically twice cooked pork in a fried rice. And of course we've got Ju Joza with Dongpo style though. Dongpo, famous poet. Yeah, elbow. It's like pork hock. And it is really tender, super delicious. And really, it just reminds me of like pulled pork. Like almost a barbecue-like sauce. Tender, tender pork. So there's actually a Hangzhou dish that is called Dongpo Ro. And it's very similar to this, except it's hunks of pork belly. So the story is, Su Dongpo is making some pork elbow, and his friend comes over, and he's like, hey guys, what's up? Let's play some chess, let's hang out, play some mahjong, whatever we're doing. And then he forgets about the pork elbow that he put in the wok, and it starts smelling really amazing, and he runs to try it, and it's like super tender, and he loves it, and that's how the dish was invented, apparently. I also read that Su Dongpo is a vegetarian, so...
A little contradicting.
Yeah.
Maybe he just cooked for his friends. Yeah. He's a good host.
Let's put some heat on and get some oil in this wok. We're gonna make the sauce. Woo. Sauce has a ton of ginger in it. Ginger's going in. Woo. Some lado banjang, which is a spicy version of it. And some chicken broth. I'll let that simmer a little bit. Let the water evaporate and thicken it. I'm just gonna dump a glob of that in there, depending on how sweet I want it. Got sugar as well. That's good. A little bit of sugar. That'll all help thicken it up. It's really good. Okay, but we're gonna put a little bit of soy sauce in there. Good. And a little bit of this rice vinegar. Some acid into it. Some sourness. And we're gonna add the green onion. That's pretty much it. Probably even turn this off here. Okay, let's just dig into it right here. See how it is. Look at that meat. Look at that. A success. All right, that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe below. Hit the bell icon to get notified of upcoming videos. And a special thanks to Dongpo, who makes a delicious, delicious pork elbow.